Hi, my name is James Norman. This video is to demonstrate my understanding of the problem-solving model for assignment 1. So I'll go in order. My key findings to taking the ethics quiz were that the answers were obvious. There was always 2 very wrong answers and 1 clear ethical answer. But taking this test kind of showed me 2 different things, more than just the results. It was that it's pretty easy to identify the ethical thing to do in most situations, which would be the moral awareness. But the difficult thing is, does the person have the moral action to follow through? Like, what if these situations happen to you where you had a 100% assurance that nobody would ever find out, or that you could definitely get away with it? Would you have the conviction or the moral intent to give back the free $100 that you found, or turn down Super Bowl tickets? That's kind of what my takeaways from the ethics quiz were. In terms of the moral awareness video, there's a couple key takeaways. One was the 4 steps. Moral awareness, which is understanding the ethical dimensions and what do you think is the right thing to do. Mostly to do that, you listen to a gut feeling and seeing things from everybody's perspective. The moral decision making, ability to decide what is the correct course of action, moral intent, desire to act on that decision, and moral action is the motivation and the courage to actually do it. For the project, there was a situation that happened to me 9 or 10 years ago where I was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I had just barely started working there. I was only 4 months into the program, and I was working for this manager, and he wanted to always be playing this game. He dubbed it Rent or No Rent. And we would be standing at the front counter at the Enterprise and looking at potential customers that would want to walk in and maybe rent a car. And his game was that he wanted to predict if this person would qualify to rent a car or not. To qualify to rent a car, you needed a valid driver's license, major credit card, or a debit card if you lived locally and could prove it with utility bills that were fully paid. But this was this very wrong game. And in terms of like how my disposition may have impacted the decision, I was nervous about speaking out about this game. I had a wife and a younger child, and I did not want to rock the boat and go to like an HR manager or talk to my area manager and risk my job. So that was my disposition. But I understood that it was wrong on so many different levels, and illegal actually as well, from the ethics professional standards or the problem solving worksheet I filled out. But like, this manager had been working there for 10 years, so I knew the right thing to do. And on the ethics quiz, like, if this question had happened, I definitely would have selected the right answer. But in terms of my moral action, I didn't do what the problem solving worksheet showed or that I should have done. Instead, what I did was excuse myself. So if you wanted to play this game and the other employees were playing this game, I would usually use that opportunity to go for a smoke break or go to the bathroom or find an excuse to go help out in the cleaning cars or whatever, and I kind of like avoided it. And the couple times that I did get asked like directly to engage in this game, I kind of didn't really show a lot of enthusiasm in it, and I would always advocate and say, yes, this person probably does qualify to rent a car. And when they came in to rent the car, I would always be advocating for them. Like, if they didn't have a major credit card, my boss would be like, well, that's the requirement to rent a car. And then I would be the one saying, like, no, actually you can use a debit card too. Do you live locally? And I would advocate for this person, trying to like protect them. But I knew the right thing to do would be to just not engage at all, tell the manager this is inappropriate, and go to like an HR manager. But I didn't do that. In terms of cultural components to keep in mind, from my own family and my own upbringing, it was to choose to protect the customer rather than to participate in the game and think how it's funny and encourage this manager. And then also from his perspective, I have a lot of Chinese and Japanese friends from high school, and it was always a big thing that they used to center around hierarchy and authority. So maybe this manager had like an overbearing father who demanded respect, or there's a lot of factors that made him believe that the expected compliance from his employees was something he could count on. When I did the NASP problem-solving model, it did lead me to a different conclusion. It led me through all of the perspectives from everybody, the standards and laws that apply to this. It was enlightening, and it led me to the conclusion that the correct course of action, of course, would be to document everything and reach out to the HR manager and show them this is not okay. But in the moment, I didn't do that, and also this was 9 years ago. I've matured a lot since then. And also, what would I have done differently? I'm a completely different person than I was 9 years ago. I'm more financially stable. I would definitely speak out and say that this is not okay behavior, and reach out to the HR manager. And especially it's a different role. Like, one is renting cars, and another one is being responsible for the trajectory of students and treating them fairly. So like, there's much bigger consequences here, and I've kind of come to understand that. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye.